Welcome to a journey through the 1,000-year history of the British monarchy. In this video, we'll explore how the crown has adapted, survived, and reshaped itself over the centuries. From the days of William the Conqueror to the reign of King Charles III, our story begins in 1066 with William the Conqueror. After his victory at the Battle of Hastings, William became England's first Norman king, replacing Anglo-Saxon rule with a centralized monarchy. He introduced feudalism and established strong control, dividing the land among his loyal followers, thus strengthening the monarchy's power. William's reign left a legacy of castles, such as the Tower of London, that remain iconic symbols of the monarchy's roots. Following the Norman dynasty came the Plantagenets in the 12th century, a family that ruled for over 300 years. The Plantagenet kings, like Henry II, developed the legal system and established the concept of common law, which became the basis of the English legal system and influenced many nations worldwide. Richard the Lionheart became a heroic figure with his crusades, but it was his brother, King John, who would leave a significant legacy. In 1215, pressured by rebellious barons, he signed the Magna Carta, a landmark document that limited royal authority and protected certain rights, a crucial step towards a constitutional monarchy. The Plantagenet dynasty saw both triumphs and turmoil, including the infamous 100 Years' War against France. This prolonged conflict drained the monarchy's resources and contributed to the internal strife that led to the Wars of the Roses, the battle between the rival houses of Lancaster and York devastated England, as noble families aligned with each side to claim the throne. The Wars of the Roses ended in 1485 when Henry Tudor defeated Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth Field, becoming Henry VII. His reign marked the beginning of the Tudor dynasty, which would transform England forever. Henry VII unified the nation, strengthened the treasury, and married Elizabeth of York to consolidate power, creating a lasting peace after decades of instability. Henry V's son, Henry VIII, reshaped the monarchy in dramatic ways. Known for his 6 marriages, Henry is perhaps more famous for establishing the Church of England after the Pope refused to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon. The English Reformation not only altered England's religious landscape, but also increased royal power, making the monarch the supreme head of the Church. This break with Rome had lasting consequences, from the dissolution of monasteries to a new era of Protestantism, defining England's identity for generations. Henry's daughter, Elizabeth I, took the throne in 1558 and ushered in what is often called the Golden Age, known as the Virgin Queen, for her decision never to marry. Elizabeth skillfully navigated political and religious conflicts, reinforcing England's Protestant identity. Her reign saw the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588, a victory that established England as a rising naval power and fostered a sense of national pride. Elizabeth's court became a center of cultural achievement, with playwrights like Shakespeare and explorers like Sir Francis Drake leaving lasting legacies. After Elizabeth died without an heir, the throne passed to her cousin James VI of Scotland, who became James I of England in 1603. This union of the crowns of England and Scotland under a single monarch began a complex relationship between the two nations. James I promoted the King James Bible, a significant cultural contribution, but he struggled with Parliament, foreshadowing future conflicts over royal power. James's son, Charles I, took the throne in 1625, But his autocratic rule and religious policies led to clashes with Parliament. Igniting the English Civil War, the conflict between the Royalists and the parliamentarians ended with Charles's execution in 1649, revolutionary act that abolished the monarchy for a brief period and declared England a republic under Oliver Cromwell. This unprecedented move reflected growing demands for accountability in governance. After Cromwell's death, the monarchy was restored in 1660 with Charles II, a period known as the Restoration. Although the monarchy was back, it was no longer absolute. Charles I's rule marked a shift towards a constitutional monarchy, with Parliament growing increasingly influential. This new political balance became permanent after the Glorious Revolution of 1688, when Parliament invited William of Orange and his wife, Mary, to take the throne under conditions laid out in the Bill of Rights. This pivotal document formalized limitations on the monarchy's power and ensured the protection of parliamentary authority. The 18th century saw the rise of the Hanoverian dynasty, beginning with George I, who was invited to rule despite his German origins. The Hanoverians presided over Britain's transition into a global superpower. Under their rule, the British Empire expanded across Asia, Africa, and the Americas, bringing wealth and influence, but also sparking conflicts over control, such as the American Revolution. By the time Queen Victoria came to the throne in 1837, the monarchy was largely symbolic. Yet her reign saw Britain reach unprecedented levels of power and prestige. Queen Victoria's 63-year reign defined an era marked by industrial progress, social reforms, and the peak of the British Empire, known as the Grandmother of Europe, due to her many descendants in European royal families. Victoria embodied stability and morality, becoming a beloved figure even as the monarchy's political power continued to diminish. With the 20th century came modernization and challenges. Edward VII, Victoria's son, reigned briefly, and his successors faced the upheaval of 2 world wars. George VI guided the nation through World War II, and his daughter, Elizabeth II, ascended the throne in 1952. Queen Elizabeth I's reign spanned 7 decades, marked by immense change from decolonization to the digital revolution. She was respected worldwide for her dedication and dignity, becoming the longest reigning British monarch. Elizabeth II modernized the monarchy, making it more transparent and accessible. Her commitment to service and her presence at global events reaffirmed the monarchy's place in British culture, despite debates about its role. By the end of her reign, the monarchy remained a beloved institution, though questions about its future persisted. Today, the British monarchy is at a crossroads under King Charles III as Britain navigates contemporary challenges. The monarchy is evolving to remain relevant in a rapidly changing world. From Norman conquests to constitutional constraints, the British monarchy's story is one of adaptation and resilience, a living link to Britain's past and a symbol of its enduring traditions. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the British monarchy's rich and complex history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more explorations of history. As most captivating stories. See you next time.